Hi guys, my name is Kiera, but here on this channel I go by Hobokiki, and today we're in my Hobonichi Cousin. Typically I like to, bring this out, but I already had it here, so we're just going to jump straight into it. We are going to be planning the daily section for this week. You guys already saw me put this week together. Well, if you did not, then, there's a video for this. And this is my weekly section, but we'll be setting up the daily section for this week. So let's just jump right into it. So that is this section here. So April 22nd through actually the 28th here. There we go. But I'll be stopping at this page for my setup. And I am using the same stickers that I used for my weekly section. This is Moody Cats Design Co. Totoro and Friends. I can't say that this is still available in their shop because your girl's a hoarder. So I've had these stickers for a while now. But what I'm hoping is if you do like how these stickers look, then maybe you'd be interested still going to the shop to get something in a similar style. So now that we've got pleasantries out the way, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. As you can see, I've already had like a little sketch here. I will be doing like another Dutch door spread. Sorry, not sorry. But I've just been having a lot of fun with these. This one, I am going to cut it somewhat down the middle here and, kind of just hope for the best. Let's just go ahead and do that. So I am doing it for these 2 pages here. We're cutting it after the 18 mark. I kind of marked that already. Hold on, let me not lose my place. Okay, right here. And let's just jump into it. I know this scares a lot of people. It scares me sometimes. I guess the first time, maybe. But this is not my first rodeo cutting up the Hobonichi. If I want to cut something, then it shall be done. Okay. And then I will have to cut off this section. So as you can see, it's going to make like a little scene. But I have to get my big old forehead like close enough to cut this very precisely. So I'm just going to cut this part off and come back on camera. Okay, so after we cut off the pesky few pages, I did want to stick a sticker here in the middle just to kind of be some backing for the the spine there, because if you do cut along the spine too often, it will result in basically the book falling apart. So you do kind of have to give it some extra support, and I do not recommend doing a like Dutch door spread on every single page just for this reason alone, is that eventually the spine of the book will just give out on you. So I would not recommend that, but do as you do, boo. I am just going to take this washi tape again from Rose Colored Days. It just has the days of the week on it, and I am going to use it to mark each day of the week here. I'll be putting Monday by itself, and then Tuesday and Wednesday on one page, Thursday and Friday on one page, then Saturday on its own page, just because it is like the official kick of the weekend for me, and I usually do something on Saturday. So if I want to journal about what I did and possibly post some pictures, I could give myself a little bit more space to do so. And then I give myself Sunday its own little page as well, for that excuse me, for that exact reason. While we have just a little bit of a break here, I do just want to say thank you guys for all the support in my last video. If you're new here, hi, how are you? I really do like using the stickers that I use in my weekly section in the daily section, because it just lets me know which day of the week or which week we're in my daily section. And also it forces me to use up all the stickers. So I really feel like I'm not wasting stickers when I do this method. I also want to let you know that I am a pretty chill person, but a pretty chaotic planner, okay? Like, I have to try it all, do it all. So you're going to see me go through like these little phases. And right now I'm in my Dutch door phase. Like, I'm in my Dutch door era and can't nobody tell me anything. Also, you might need to be warned that I do my voice recordings late at night. So, I'm working on like one brain cell here. So if I seem extra goofy, then, I do apologize for that, but that's why. I did want to make sure I got all of my full boxes in. They are sized to go in the weekly section of the Hobonichi Cousin, but you know me, I just gotta put them where, I feel like putting them. And this week I feel like putting them in my daily section. And now I am going to use this, I guess we'll call it a straight edge. I wanted to say ruler, but it's definitely not a ruler because there are no measurements. I guess you can call it a bookmark, whatever. It's a straight edge because it allows me to draw a straight edge. But I am using that to make a little box here. This portion is going to be where I mark my food, basically my little food diary, what I ate for each day. So that's what that section will be. And then I'm splitting these 2 days in half here. And I am going to do that for the rest of the week here for Thursday and Friday. You saw me put those sticker pages down just to make sure that I'm not smearing ink around. So boom, you see me lift them again on that page just to make sure I'm not smearing ink. That is something that I often like to do in the Hobonichi Cousin. I definitely encourage you to do so just because, the paper, it kind of does this thing where it just allows ink to just sit on top of it. Most papers will like absorb the ink as soon as you put it down. It will feed off the ink. The Hobonichi Cousin is like, nah, you can just chill on top of me for a second. And so it's very easy to smear ink in the Hobonichi Cousin. But it's also very fun to write in the Hobonichi Cousin. It has its pros and cons. I will promise you that. And I will also say it is not for everybody. But if you do like it, I completely understand why. There's just something about the paper that I just adore, even though I do have a love-hate relationship with it sometimes. Because one, it can be very fickle. When the sticker gets put down, sometimes that's just it. That's just where the sticker is going to live, no matter what you try, no matter what you do. And then two, that ink situation. I've never met a piece of paper that just does not want to absorb the ink, just lets the ink sit on top of it. But it's okay. There are many other reasons why I love the Hobonichi Cousin. I actually made a video about that. If I'm not lazy, I'll make sure to link that in the description. And it is the pros and cons of the Hobonichi Cousin. Now you're seeing me add flowers from Live Love Posh Spring Allure sticker book, and I'm just adding it to the front part of my Dutch doors and the back part of my Dutch doors on the bottom end. So kind of like washi, you know how we like to put washi at the bottom of all our spreads. This is what the florals are acting as, and I am just going to use the rest of this sticker page just to go ahead and put them all down. I really love when I am finished with the whole sheet of stickers. I don't know what it does for me, but it just makes me happy, and I cannot explain to you why. I'm also going to take a few quotes from the sticker book and add that here on my spread just to give it a little something, something extra, just to talk about the florals. I really do love April showers and, rain-related kits. And I am going to be so upset when I'm no longer using rainy day stickers. But here I am just finally going over the sketches that I made with a pen here. I'm starting with my Tombow Furunosuke. just because I know it's going to give me a thicker line. And what I like to do when I am inking something is typically the outside of the image has a thicker line, and then the inside of the image has a thinner line. And it really gives like that, I don't want to say comic book, but kind of comic book feel. And I really like that. So that is what I do when I am drawing things. As I was inking this part, the only thing that was going through my head, or excuse me, the only thing that was going through my head was, hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. If you if you have not watched the movie Totoro, you have no clue what I'm talking about. But if you did watch it, then you and me are right here, right here. And I know you can't see it, but my fingers are like are pointing at you and me, okay? Because we're here. And now my fingers are crossed because that's where we are. If you haven't seen Totoro, I I do recommend it if you want to get into anime. I feel like it's a slow ease into anime just because it's just weird enough to where it's like okay, but it's also like a pretty good family story, and it's a feel good story. So I would recommend it if you're trying to like dip your toe into anime. But if you really want to see if you got the goods to watch anime, I would recommend Spirited Away, which is another Ghibli movie. Just because like it gets weird and but weird in the best way. I always like to recommend Spirited Away first to like all my friends when they ask, which movie they should watch, just because it's like I can kind of like grade how weird we can get with the anime, because anime gets real weird real fast, but it is some of the best storytelling ever. It's partially because it's so weird. It's just things you've never heard of, and they just have such a creative mind. So I like to like assess how weird I can take it with you by recommending Spirited Away first. And typically what will happen is people will be like, oh no, that was way too weird. And then I'm like, okay, so you need something a little daintier. So I would recommend this. Or if people was like, yeah, that was a real good movie, then I know like, okay, I can recommend some other things to you that I think you would like. I am just trying to use up all of my stickers here, so I'm using these cute little Totoro and Friends stickers in between my drawings, and then I am also going to use some of the soot sprites and sprinkle them around like confetti again. Like I said, I want to use as many stickers as possible. I really would prefer to use the whole, sticker sheet, both of them, but I know sometimes it's just not possible based off of how I actually like to plan and how I actually like to journal. Another good like forest spirit movie would be Princess Mononoke. Oh my gosh, that one is a little bit more violent though. Totoro and what's it called, Spirited Away, I wouldn't say they're violent. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I wouldn't consider them violent. But Princess Mononoke, expect blood. Okay, expect blood. It's a good movie. It's such a good movie. I actually was afraid of it the first time I saw it because, mind you, I've been watching anime since I was a child. Should I have been watching anime, especially the kind of anime that I've been watching? Because there's different levels to anime, right? That's what we were just talking about when I said I need to assess your weirdness, because there's Sailor Moon and that kind of stuff where it's just like, okay, that's child appropriate, just like how I watch some animes with my kids. So it's like, yeah, okay, a kid can get away with watching this. But then there's Princess Mononoke and further and beyond. And watching that as a child, I was just like, huh, I'm probably gonna have nightmares. Oh man, because there's this part, spoilers alert. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, you know, just mute the mic for like, or mute the video for like the next 20 seconds. And I'm going to get this out really quickly, starting now. Spoiler alert. So there's this part where like the wolf's head is like cut off and yet it's still moving. And I'm just like, what the freak? But it's so good. Like the story behind it, the plot, that's the one thing that you're not going to do. You're not going to be bored when you watch an anime. So I always recommend Studio Ghibli movies because, you know, they are what got me started. So there's that. So I went over everything with my pen, and that is basically it. We have my little drawing at the top. We have my journaling prompts. I do use Coffee Monster Co. journaling prompts. And we have my box with I was going to say polka dots. I mean, they technically are polka dots, but they're bullet points. So I use the bullet points here from Live Love Pasha's Spring Allure sticker book. And yeah, I have some labels down for some little events that I have planned just because I had the space. And this is me flipping through it. I love that I can flip through it and still see my little doodle on top. I was thinking about coloring it, but then I was like, nah, I kind of like that black and white sketchy feel. And I did add a strip of, I would say, washi in quotation at the bottom here. And here I am going to put things that I'm grateful for. And on the other side, it's just a little to-do list, just like the top 4 things. I do know I want my nails to be one of the things that I do. But that is essentially it. Everything for this week. If I want to add some journaling about the day, I'll cut it in half and write under the line and make my own journaling that's just for that specific day. But yeah, this is how I set up this week for my planning, or not my planning, my journaling. I am pretty happy with it. These are the stickers that I have left. I'll probably use the icon stickers in my weekly section, so those will get used up. And then I will probably cut these out and just save these somewhere in one of my sticker like holder books. So I'm pretty happy. I used up mostly everything, and that's what I set out to do. So goals accomplished here. The final flip through here. And yeah, you can really use this layout for however you see fit. If you like what you saw, please feel free to leave a like. If you dislike what you saw, feel free to leave a dislike. It's whatever, bro. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.